could you, realistically, be the Outlast insane mental muck people in a fight?
A good idea.
Hey,
No!
So, let's set the scene. This is you. Now, we're going to call you something like John or Danny, something like that. This is you, John. And you're driving around and you find this asylum. Now, you've been told to go by someone, but you don't know who. So, you go into the asylum. You make your way up, in through some bits, up a vent, through the vent, through a door. You find a guy on a pike. He's dead, not a problem. He's not on this list. He's dead. And then you come out. You see the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Chris Walker. So you go straight and go through this bookcase, or at least attempt to, until you get thrown out by Mr. Chris Walker. Now, Chris Walker is number 1 on our list. So to start this off, we're going to go into the backstory of Chris Walker. Now, he is a Markov employee who was in the military. He was a military officer and he had PTSD, so he went to Markov and they did dream therapy on him because he had PTSD. So then they actually hire him to become one of the security guards, and it all goes down after that. So he's been there for a little while at this point, and suddenly there's people dying. There's patients dying, same patients, the same ones who are also doing dream therapy, went to the army, have PTSD. So we're starting off with Marion and Glick. Now, Marion and Glick, they're part of the Markov Insurance Mitigation Department, and their job is to basically find out why these people are dying. So what they do is they go to Markov and they work for them. So they go there, talk to the security because they need footage on their cells and stuff, or just stuff like that. They go and there they find Mr. Chris Walker, or as people call him, Strong Fat, who is a fat guy. He's quite big, and they ask him for the footage because they need the footage. And now they find out that one of the doctors has actually died, and they go back to Markov, back to the security area, and realize that it's all been smashed up. So they put 1 and 2 together. The doctor's died, so he can't access it, and the only one leaving is Chris Walker. Now they go to Chris Walker's house, and obviously he's not home. They go in through the door because they've got a locksmith, and then they find 4 coolers. They all have heads to the bodies of the people that have died, and then 1 cooler with nothing in it, obviously for the doctor who got killed, or from what we know isn't dead yet, but will be. And then they find a pig. Now, they go towards this pig, and Marion picks up the pig, because obviously he's thinking, why is this grown man got a stuffed toy on his bed, like he's still sleeping with toys? And then Chris Walker comes home, and apparently that toy means a lot to him. So he freaks out. He goes ham, goes straight for Marion, pushes Glick out the way. She goes flying. He grabs Marion by the neck, and Marion's very lucky. I think he went to grab his head and take it off of his body, but Glick shot before that could happen, and it goes right through his jaw, goes right through both sides. Now at this point he is pretty messed up. He's got blood coming out of everywhere. They're all outside, they're starting to fight now, and Glick grabs her car, completely runs him over, which knocks him out, so he's knocked out. Now obviously, because they're part of Markov, and Markov is all disclosed and stuff, they can't call the authorities, they have to deal with it themselves. So they get Chris Walker, put him in the car and stuff, put all the coolers in the car, and then they frame someone else who they thought was the killer before, who wasn't. They framed him instead, and he was the one who got the blame. And now we go back to the present time. Now that you all know the backstory of Chris Walker, I have to fight this guy. Not me, but like our little guy. Our guy has to fight this guy. Now, the average height of a human male is about 5'11" to 6 foot. And Chris Walker is 6'9.5". Do you know how big my man is? He's as big as basketball players. And the amount that he weighs is probably ridiculous. So not only is he going to take the win, but he obliterates people, literally takes people's heads off of their bodies. So yeah, I think he's going to take the win here, not going to lie. Now, after your little tiny weeny fall, you wake up and see the man, the myth, the legend, the Father McMartin himself. My favourite personally, the GOAT. Now, he starts to say some random stuff about God and stuff and how you've been sent to him. But he is honestly one of my favourite characters and we have to fight him. Now don't worry, this isn't a backstory video. I'm not going to go all the way into the past of Father Martin or any other characters. I didn't even mean to go into the backstory of Chris Walker that much. Basically, he's just a priest. He's a bit insane, bit mental in the head, you know. He does cutting himself alive like an absolute creep. But we don't talk about that. So now, if fire will kill him, I mean I could kill him quite easily. Like I think I one up fire, can't lie. So yeah, I think I win. After Father Martin, we make our way through, go past the little cripple man, grab a key card, go back to the cripple man who jumps us. Now, I was thinking of putting Joe Swanson on the list, but then I was like, Joe Swanson is a cripple. I'm going to beat a cripple in a fight, so he's not on the list. But he says,
Get them out! Please! The doctor is dead! Let them clean your helmet!
and now we know that the doctor is dead, but is he? So we go, turn on the security power, go underground, yeah. Turn on the switches, flip the lever, go back up, do the security and get drugged by the man, the myth, the legend, Father McMartin. And then, picture it, you wake up, come out, almost get a fist to your face by Bob himself, absolute legend by the way. Love that man. Walk across and see two people with the privates out, you could say. Yeah, two twins. And that is where our next fight is. The two twins. And by the way, I'm counting these two as the same fight. So yeah, just to let you know. Now, next up we have the twins. And other than the Wall Rider, they're the only thing that one-shots you in the actual game in like normal mode. So I'm sorry, but they're going to win. I mean, take away the machete that they have anyway. They're still going to win. They're insanely strong. And there's two of them, so it's double trouble. They're winning this, they're taking the point. Now you've made it past the twins, you go up, you go on this ledge, and then you go across, you know, a bit further up, do a bit of running away from people because they're trying to kill you, stuff like that. And then you go underground. And whilst you go underground, you run away from Chris Walker a lot. But then you go back above ground and get chased by some people. Go into a room and someone calls. Someone says, get in the lift. So you get in, you go up, and you see the man, the myth. Nah, I'm joking. He's just Traeger. Traeger, you know, the man who, the doctor. Now we thought the doctor's dead, but the doctor isn't dead. The doctor's there. He's not actually the doctor. He's a doctor who is mental and wants to kill people. So Traeger's next. Next up we have Traeger, and Traeger, he always carries that saw cleaver thing around with him. So if we get rid of that, I don't think he's much of a threat, to be fair. I think man on man, I could beat him.
If you wanna go, then you go to hill and go down.
Why you get
Okay,
fried,
yes,
man?
why? Are you crazy?
You're fucking
You
paranoid,
are
man.
fucking, you are fucking.
You fucking, you bloody.
You bloody.
Fuck you bloody. Bastard bitch.
You
Fuck you.
bastard.
So, I mean, I'm going to say taking the point, but he could bring out anything. So, I don't know. I'm going to say I'm taking the point. And next up we have the Wall Rider. Now, the Wall Rider is literally nano machine things. Like, he is an alien. And he does kill you in the game. So, I mean, not only is he going to take the win, he becomes me. So, yeah. We ain't beefing with the Wall Rider. The Wall Rider is literally one of us. I could not crane kick him down the stairs. He'll be crane kicking me down the stairs. So, yeah, he's taken the point.